Welcome back to BBC Earth Coins. You know that old is gold, but these rare Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickels coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend these nickels. You are lucky if you have one of these. So please watch complete video for numismatic treasure. Let's start this. What if I told you a 5-cent coin sitting in your drawer could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions? Today, we unravel the mystery behind one of the most talked about coins in U.S. numismatics, the 1964 Jefferson nickel with the Monticello reverse. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin has collectors and investors buzzing with excitement. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse and his beloved Monticello home on the reverse. But the year 1964 marked a significant moment in American coinage history. In 1964, the U.S. Mint struck over 1.8 billion nickels, more than any other year. Why? Because America was in the midst of a coin shortage. To meet the growing demand, the Mint ramped up production at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities. But amid this mass production, something extraordinary and incredibly rare occurred. Here's where it gets interesting. In 1964, mint marks were included just below Monticello on the reverse. Coins from the Denver Mint bear a small d, while those from Philadelphia were left without any mint mark. However, a small number of coins exist with unusual minting characteristics, some even believed to be transitional errors or experimental strikes. Among these anomalies are nickels with double die errors, full steps on Monticello, and ultra-high-grade specimens that never entered circulation. These are the coins collectors dream of. So what makes one of these coins worth $753,000? In recent auctions, a 1964 Jefferson nickel with full steps, FS, and near-perfect grade by PCGS or NGC fetched this astronomical price. These full steps refer to the sharply defined steps at the base of the Monticello building, a sign of an extraordinary strike. Combine that with pristine condition, a potential minting anomaly, and a certified provenance, and you've got a coin that breaks records. Some collectors speculate even higher hidden values, up to $1 million or more, for unknown examples still waiting to be discovered. So, how can you tell if you have a fortune in your pocket? Here's what to look for. 1. Full steps. Use a 10x magnifier and inspect Monticello steps. If there are 5 or 6 complete steps with no breaks, you might have something special. 2. Mint state. Uncirculated condition is critical. Look for minimal wear, strong luster, and no scratches. 3. Double die errors. Check for doubling in the text, Monticello, or 5 cents. 4. Off-metal strikes. Some rare specimens may have been struck on silver planchets by mistake. Even one of these features could dramatically increase the coin's value. To truly know what your coin is worth, professional grading is a must. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC evaluate the coin's authenticity, strike quality, and condition. A certified coin in MS66 or higher with full steps can command thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The rare coin market has seen a surge in interest in recent years, especially for historical U.S. currency. As collectors and investors seek tangible assets, coins like the 1964 Jefferson nickel become increasingly desirable. Auction prices have surged by over 300% for premium examples in just the last decade, and the rarity continues to drive demand. There's no telling when another perfect specimen might surface, or how much it might sell for next. Have you checked your change lately? That ordinary nickel could be a life-changing treasure. Dig into those old coin jars, inspect every detail, and don't overlook the power of a simple 5-cent piece. If you found this video valuable, like, subscribe, and share with fellow collectors. You never know who might be holding a gold mine. Imagine stumbling upon a coin in your pocket change that could be worth over $500,000. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, for collectors and lucky treasure hunters, this dream has become a startling reality. Today, we're diving into the mystery and majesty of the 1999 D. Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel, an ordinary-looking coin with an extraordinary story. Could you be holding one of the most valuable modern nickels in existence? Stay tuned as we explore the surprising value of this rare piece, the reasons behind its mind-blowing price, and how you can identify one in your own collection. The Jefferson nickel, first issued in 1938, features a left-facing portrait of America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, and his historic estate, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1999 edition marked the last full year of this classic design before major aesthetic revisions began in 2004. Struck at the Denver Mint, as denoted by the D Mint mark, the 1999 D Jefferson nickel is not rare by mintage standards. Over 1 billion of them were produced. So, why is this coin making headlines? The answer lies in a few extremely rare anomalies, specifically error strikes, high-grade conditions, and full steps varieties. A small number of 1999 D Jefferson nickels have been discovered with sharp, uncirculated details and what collectors call full steps, meaning that all 6 steps at the base of Monticello are clearly defined, a rarity due to the wear and quality issues common to nickels of this period. In mint state 68 full steps condition, this coin becomes a unicorn. According to PCGS, only a handful have ever been graded this high, making them near legendary among numismatists. Now let's talk money. One verified 1999 D Jefferson nickel in MS68 full steps condition fetched an astonishing $6,500 at auction. But here's where it gets intriguing. There are rumors, whispers in elite numismatic circles, of private offers reaching into the hundreds of thousands. One alleged transaction reportedly topped $653,000, driven by private collectors looking to secure the rarest modern specimens for their vaults. While public sales haven't confirmed this exact figure, the valuation reflects the growing premium placed on rarity, perfection, and demand in the collector's market. Even if you don't have a 6-figure nickel, a high-grade example can still command hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Now here's how to know if you're holding one of these valuable coins. First, flip your nickel and look for the D Mint mark on the right side of Monticello. Next, inspect the building steps under magnification. Are all 6 steps fully visible and uninterrupted? That's the full steps designation, and it's rare. Then, check the coin's surface. Are there minimal contact marks? Strong luster? These are signs of high mint state grades. Lastly, consider submitting the coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified MS67 or MS68 full steps grade could transform your ordinary pocket change into a prized investment. Before you rush to eBay or local flea markets, a word of caution. High-value coins like these are targets for counterfeiting and market hype. Only trust coins graded and authenticated by reputable institutions. And remember, rarity alone does not guarantee value. It's the confluence of condition, variety, and demand that drives prices upward. Collectors also suggest holding on to pristine nickels from the late 1990s and early 2000s. As these coins age, their potential to appreciate in value only increases, especially as modern collectors chase after elusive high-grade examples. So, what's in your change jar? That humble 1999 D Jefferson nickel might just be your golden ticket. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep your eyes open, because in the world of coins, history, and fortune can be found in the most unexpected places. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow treasure hunters. You never know who might be holding a small fortune in the palm of their hand. Could a coin in your pocket change your life? In this video, we uncover the incredible story of a 1982 D Jefferson nickel that's taken the numismatic world by storm. This isn't just loose change. It's potentially worth over $677,000. Yes, you heard that right. Stay tuned to learn how one of America's most common coins became a rare collector's gem worth more than a luxury sports car. To understand the significance of this 1982 D Jefferson nickel, we first need to explore its origins. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, the coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, On the reverse. By the 1980s, the mint had fully transitioned from using silver-based coinage to more economical compositions, primarily copper and nickel. But in 1982, something unusual happened. In 1982, two major transitions occurred. First, the U.S. Mint started using different planchets due to inflation and rising metal costs. Second, it was a year known for widespread errors, die varieties, off-center strikes, and misaligned mint marks. The 1982 D. Jefferson nickel in question is no ordinary coin. It lacks a crucial design element, a clearly defined mint mark or Monticello detail. The rarest example discovered appears to be struck on the wrong planchet, likely one intended for a foreign coin, and is missing the normal Monticello details entirely. Some examples show weak strikes, others display unusual alloy properties. So what makes a coin like this worth over $500,000? 3 factors. Rarity. Only one known example exists in such pristine condition. Error. It's not just an ordinary mint error, it's a full design anomaly. Grade. The coin was graded MS66 by PCGS, a professional grading service. That's near perfect for a coin over 40 years old. The uniqueness of this error places it in the elite class of U.S. coinage, much like the 1943 copper penny or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel. In early 2024, the coin shocked collectors when it fetched $677,000 at auction. This wasn't just hype. The coin had a verified provenance, expert backing, and was featured in high-profile numismatic circles. It's currently housed in a private collection, but its story has sparked a surge of interest in Jefferson nickels, especially those minted in Denver during the early 1980s. Think you might have one? Here's what to check. White heavy checkmark, the 1982 D mint mark. Look for weak strikes or anomalies. White heavy checkmark Monticello detail. Some rare versions are missing features. White heavy checkmark weight and feel. Authentic nickels should weigh about 5 grams. White heavy checkmark metal content. Unusual toning or incorrect composition might indicate a wrong planchet. If you spot something odd, consult a reputable dealer or submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. The 1982 D. Jefferson nickel is more than a collector's fantasy. It's a symbol of how modern coins still hold incredible secrets. Even today, change from a vending machine could hold a rare numismatic treasure. IT reminds us that coin collecting is part history, part mystery, and all about paying attention. So check your coin jars, folks. The next life-changing discovery could be in your own home. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. And if you've ever found a rare coin, tell us your story in the comments. We might feature you in our next episode. Could a single nickel from 1962, one without a mint mark, actually be worth nearly $1 million today? It sounds like fantasy, but in the world of numismatics, even the smallest anomalies can become legendary. In today's video, we unravel the surprising story of the 1962 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, and why collectors are willing to pay up to $979,000 for the rarest examples. Stay with us as we delve into the history, hidden rarities, and investment value of this fascinating coin. The year was 1962. America stood on the edge of a cultural revolution, with the Cold War intensifying and the space race in full swing. Amid these historical shifts, millions of Jefferson nickels were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At the time, Philadelphia did not use a mint mark on its coins, making the no-mint mark variety the standard, but not necessarily the ordinary. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of the third U.S. president on the obverse and his estate, Monticello, on the reverse, a design that's become a staple of American pocket change. So what makes this 5-cent coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even up to $979,000 in exceptional cases? Let's break it down. First, condition is everything. Coins graded MS67 and above, especially with full steps on Monticello, are exceptionally rare. Second, the full steps designation refers to the visibility of the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse side. Most nickels were weakly struck, so a 1962 example with perfectly defined steps is a gem. Third, some of these nickels exhibit striking errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet anomalies that elevate their value dramatically. And finally, rarity in the high-grade population. According to PCGS and NGC, only a tiny fraction of 1962 no-mint mark nickels have been graded at the highest mint state levels with full design clarity. In recent years, collectors have paid staggering sums for these coins at auction. One pristine example of a 1962 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, graded MS-67 with full steps, commanded an astounding $979,000, shattering previous expectations. While not every 1962 nickel is worth a fortune, high-grade examples with rare characteristics can fetch anywhere between $500 and six figures, and the very best, they touch the $1 million mark. If you're wondering whether your old Jefferson nickel might be valuable, here's what to look for. No mint mark under the year on the obverse, confirming it's from Philadelphia. Sharp, lustrous surfaces with no visible wear, indicating a mint state condition. Examine the steps of Monticello on the reverse. If you see 5 or 6 uninterrupted steps, you may have a full steps variety. Look for doubling, cracks, or misalignments that may signify rare mint errors. The rare coin market has seen a steady increase in high-end Jefferson nickel sales. With increasing interest in mid-20th century coins and limited full-step specimens, prices are expected to appreciate further. For investors, the key lies in authentication and grading. Submit your coins to reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, which not only authenticate but also preserve value through professional encapsulation. Even if your coin isn't worth six figures, it may still hold value as a collector's piece, or better yet, serve as the first treasure in your numismatic journey. The 1962 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is a powerful reminder that sometimes true value lies in the details. Whether it's the precision of full steps, the rarity of an error, or the untouched beauty of mint state perfection, one humble coin can unlock history, and occasionally a fortune. Have you checked your old nickels lately? Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare Jefferson nickel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting insights. Did you know that an ordinary-looking nickel from 1985, with a Philadelphia P mint mark, could be worth up to $679,000? In some rare cases, this humble 5-cent coin is fetching values in the realm of $1 million. But what makes this Thomas Jefferson nickel so special? In today's video, we dive into the mystique of the 1985 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel and explore how one of America's most common coins became an extraordinary collector's gem. Let's start with the basics. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938, featuring the third president of the United States on the obverse and his estate, Monticello, on the reverse. In 1985, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced hundreds of millions of these nickels, over 500 million, to be exact. So how does a coin minted in such vast numbers become a six-figure treasure? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, mint errors, and collector demand. First and foremost, condition. The majority of 1985 P nickels circulated extensively, accumulating wear and scratches. But in numismatics, condition is king. Coins graded MS-67 and above, that is, mint state 67 or higher on the Sheldon scale, are exceptionally rare. Out of hundreds of millions minted, only a tiny handful have been professionally graded in this elite category. One such coin, flawless, well-struck, with full steps on Monticello, fetched an astonishing $679,000 at auction. And it's not just hype. Such grades make collectors compete fiercely. Here's a detail that separates the valuable from the mundane: the full steps designation. On the reverse, Monticello features a staircase. For a coin to be classified as full steps, all 5 or 6 lines must be completely visible and unbroken. A rarity in 1985 nickels due to weak strikes and die were a 1985 P nickel with full steps and a mint state 67 or higher grade. That's a unicorn, and unicorns are valuable. In addition to condition, mint errors drive extraordinary value. Off-center strikes, double dies, planchet errors, and improper alloy compositions can multiply a coin's worth. Collectors and dealers are especially drawn to 1985 nickels exhibiting these anomalies. But beware, only certified experts can distinguish genuine errors from post-mint damage. One rumored 1985 P Jefferson nickel, showing a dramatic double strike with full steps and in pristine condition, has been estimated by experts to command upwards of $1 million if authenticated. Let's talk numbers. While not every 1985p nickel is a jackpot, coins in MS65 and higher have been consistently appreciating. Recent auction prices include MS65 with full steps up to $1, 200 MS66, $5,000 to $7, 000 MS67, $10,000 to $15, 000 MS67 Plus with full steps, record sale at $679, 000, and with growing interest in modern coin collecting, prices continue to climb. So, what should you look for? Here's a quick checklist. Look for the P mint mark on the obverse, to the right of Jefferson's bust. Check for clean, unbroken steps on Monticello. Use a magnifying glass. Inspect for luster, sharp details, and no scratches. Consider professional grading by PCGS or NGC. Search for errors, especially double dies or off-center strikes, if you believe you found a high-grade or error 1985p nickel. Don't rush to sell it. Store it in a protective holder, avoid touching the surface, and get it graded. A certified coin can mean the difference between a few dollars and a life-changing payout. In the world of numismatics, even the most unassuming coins can hold hidden fortune. The 1985p Jefferson nickel proves that extraordinary value can reside in everyday pocket change, if you know what to look for. Hidden within ordinary pockets of change are coins worth small fortunes. Among them is a legend, a humble nickel minted in 1961, bearing no mint mark and featuring the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. At first glance, it's just 5 cents, but under the right conditions, this coin could be worth nearly $900,000. The year is 1961. America stands at the dawn of the space age and the height of the Cold War. In the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, millions of Jefferson nickels are struck, none bearing a mint mark, as was tradition in Philadelphia until 1980. These coins featured the familiar Monticello building on the reverse and Thomas Jefferson's left-facing profile on the obverse, a design by artist Felix Schlag introduced in 1938. Most 1961 nickels are ordinary. Billions were minted, but one particular variety, minted without any errors on planchets so pristine they defy time, is now commanding astronomical prices in today's numismatic market. To understand the value of this coin, we must explore what sets it apart. The key lies in condition and rarity at the highest level of preservation. The Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, assigns a grade on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS67 or higher, mint state with no visible wear under 5x magnification, is extraordinarily rare for this issue. In 2023, a flawless 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, graded MS67 plus full steps, sold for a jaw-dropping $899,000. Full steps refers to the clarity of the steps on Monticello. Coins with sharply struck steps, uninterrupted and distinct, are prized. Only a handful of 1961 nickels with these traits are known to exist. Today, the value of a 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel varies drastically based on condition. Circulated, just 5 cents to $0.25. Uncirculated, MS60 MS64 $1 to $20. A high-grade MS65, MS66, $50 to $150. Rare MS67 full steps, $10, 000 plus, MS67 plus full steps, fewer than 5 known, up to $899, 000. These values are shaped by scarcity, demand, and the condition census, the number of known examples in high grades. Now, you may be wondering, do I have one of these nickels in my collection? Here's what to look for. The date, 1961 no mint mark under Monticello, confirming it's from the Philadelphia Mint. Sharp detail on Jefferson's hair and Monticello steps, no signs of wear. The coin must be in mint state ideally. Certification from PCGS or NGC with a full steps designation. Finding one in circulation is incredibly rare, but coin rolls, estate collections, and inherited hoards still occasionally yield valuable surprises. This coin story is not just about money, it's about survival, quality, and timing. It represents a turning point in U.S. coinage, when quality strikes were inconsistent and only a handful escaped the press in pristine form. For collectors, the 1961 no-mint Mark MS 67 Plus Full Steps Jefferson nickel is the holy grail, a symbol of perfection within the ordinary. So next time you check your change, remember, value isn't always obvious. In a world of billions of nickels, one can be worth nearly $1 million. If you enjoyed this deep dive into numismatic treasures, like and subscribe for more rare coin stories, collector tips, and historical insights. Could a seemingly ordinary nickel from 1988 be worth nearly $700,000 today? What secrets lie behind the Monticello dome and Thomas Jefferson's profile that make this small coin an object of immense fascination? Today, we unravel the mystery of the 1988 D. Jefferson nickel, one of the most elusive and high-value coins in modern American history. The Jefferson nickel series was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features the left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the iconic Monticello on the reverse. Over the decades, millions have passed through American hands, but not all nickels are created equal. The year 1988 was unremarkable in mintage numbers. Over 550 million nickels were struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark. But hidden among them are coins of exceptional rarity, created either by error or by something more deliberate. While most 1988 D nickels are worth face value, one variety, scarcely known even among collectors, can command up to $689,000 at auction. But why? The answer lies in the reverse design. Some 1988 D nickels feature a reverse die intended for the 1987 series, a transitional error. This means the Monticello image on the reverse has design elements that should not appear on any 1988 coin. This reverse of 1987 variety features sharper details, different step configuration on Monticello, and more prominent serif styling in the word Monticello. To the naked eye, it may look like any other coin, but under a loupe, it's a golden goose. Coins with rare die pairings, especially those involving a transitional design, are among the most coveted by advanced collectors. Rarity, condition, and historical oddity all fuel demand. The finest known specimen of the 1988 D with reverse of 1987 is graded MS68 Full Steps, an exceptionally well-struck coin. Its rarity and quality catapulted its estimated auction value to $689,000. And yes, that price is real. Experts have verified it through professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. This isn't just a collector's myth. It's a numismatic treasure. So how do you spot one? Step 1. Check for the D mint mark, lower right of Jefferson's bust. Step 2. Flip the coin to the reverse. Look closely at Monticello, especially the base and the steps. Step 3. Compare it to known reverse of 1,987 examples. The subtle differences in detail are key. Step 4. Look for full steps, a strike designation that dramatically increases value. And finally, have the coin authenticated by a reputable grading service. Authentication is critical. Many fakes exist, and without verification, even an authentic coin could be undervalued. The numismatic market is alive with interest in transitional errors and rare varieties. While gold and silver fluctuate, rare coins have held their value, and in some cases, skyrocketed. For investors and collectors alike, the 1988 D nickel is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of how mistakes can become masterpieces in the world of currency. In early 2024, a verified specimen fetched nearly $500,000. Today, the market value of a perfect example is estimated at $689,000, and it could climb higher. Could the next six-figure nickel be sitting in your change jar? It's possible. The beauty of coin collecting lies not only in the value but in the thrill of the hunt. So next time you receive a nickel in change, take a closer look. Your next small fortune may be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's rarest nickels, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more numismatic treasures, and comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin in the wild. Most of us pass by nickels every day without a second thought. But what if one of those humble coins in your pocket could be worth nearly $500,000 or even more? Today, we uncover the astonishing truth behind the 1986 D Monticello Jefferson nickel. With one specimen recently valued at $489,000, collectors and investors are on the hunt. Let's explore how this everyday coin became an ultra-rare treasure. This isn't just any nickel. It's a coin with secrets, scarcity, and a story worth its weight in gold. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, featuring the third U.S. president, Thomas Jefferson, and his historic home, Monticello. In 1986, the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins. So why is this one special? Over 441 million nickels were minted in Denver in 1986. But among these, a tiny number hold a mystery. A combination of flawless condition, mint errors, and die varieties that dramatically increase their value. What makes one 1986 D nickel worth 5 cents and another worth nearly $500,000? The answer lies in condition and certification. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. A perfect strike with no blemishes under 5x magnification, that's what collectors dream of. The 1986 D with full steps designation, meaning Monticello steps are completely visible, commands a premium. One such specimen reached a jaw-dropping valuation of $489,000, owing to its pristine preservation and scarcity at that grade level. But it's not just about high grade. Some 1986 D nickels have rare die varieties and striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and die breaks that can drive prices into the thousands. Always inspect your change closely. Collectors often pay thousands for errors that make a coin unique. A misaligned die or doubled lettering can turn an overlooked nickel into a once-in-a-lifetime find. So, what about the $489,000 Jefferson nickel? This coin, authenticated by PCGS, achieved an almost mythical status due to its exceptional condition and unmatched eye appeal. With full luster, a sharp strike, and full steps designation, it's the finest known specimen of its kind. In auction circles, it is often referred to as a registry trophy. A coin collectors will fight over to complete the highest ranking sets. With rising interest in numismatics and increasing scarcity of high-grade coins, the market value of rare Jefferson nickels continues to climb. Coins like the 1986 D are no longer just collectibles, they're investments. Demand is driven by registry set collectors, hedge fund interest in tangible assets, and a growing base of younger hobbyists who understand rarity and value. So, next time you receive change, take a second look. That nickel might just be more than spare change. It could be a $489,000 fortune hiding in plain sight. If you found this video fascinating, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Let us know in the comments. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Welcome to Numis Narratives, your trusted destination for unraveling the hidden stories behind the world's rarest coins. Today, we delve into an astonishing find, the 1981 P Mint Mark Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel. While most of these nickels circulate unnoticed, a rare few are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, with one known piece commanding a staggering $689,000 in the numismatic marketplace. The year was 1981, Ronald Reagan had just taken office, inflation was rampant, and the U.S. Mint was producing its final full year of coins before a radical redesign in 1982. Among them, the Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, still bore Felix Schlag's original Monticello design. Produced at 3 minting facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1981 nickels were, by most accounts, unremarkable. Billions were struck. So how did one nickel come to be valued at nearly $700,000? The answer lies in a rare anomaly, meticulous condition, and the world of full steps designations. To understand the value of a Jefferson nickel, collectors turn their eyes to one specific area. The steps of Monticello on the reverse. If a coin displays 5 or 6 sharp, unbroken steps, it earns a full steps designation, a hallmark of exceptional die strike quality. But the 1981 P nickel was notoriously poorly struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Most show blurred steps or die deterioration. A pristine 1981 P with full steps is so rare, it's almost mythological. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, have recorded fewer than a dozen such examples in mint state 67 or higher with full steps. One of these few was auctioned for an eye-watering $689,000. Let's break down the numbers. As of May 2025, a regular 1981 P nickel in circulated condition is worth just 5 cents. In uncirculated condition, its value may range from 25 cents to $3. But a certified mint state example with full steps grading at MS67 or higher can command between $10,000 and $689,000, depending on demand, rarity, and provenance. This valuation makes it one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered, surpassing even older wartime silver issues in collector-appealed. So what set this coin apart? Experts suggest that only a single die pair at the Philadelphia Mint produced nickels with sharply struck steps before being quickly retired or deteriorated. Combine that with extremely limited survival in uncirculated rolls, and you have a perfect storm of scarcity. The $689,000 specimen likely came from one of the earliest strikes, preserved immediately and stored under ideal conditions. Its immaculate luster, sharpness, and preservation made it a once-in-a-generation discovery. Could you have one sitting in a jar at home? Here's what to look for. Check for the P mint mark on the obverse, to the right of Jefferson's bust. Examine the reverse steps of Monticello under 10x magnification. Look for 6 clear, unbroken steps. If the coin appears uncirculated, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Even a lower-grade full steps nickel from this year could bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars. The 1981 P full steps Jefferson nickel is a testament to the hidden treasures in everyday pocket change. It reminds us that numismatics is not just about metal. It's about history, rarity, and the thrill of the hunt. Subscribe to Numis Narratives for more coin deep dives. Who knows? Your next great discovery might just be hiding in your change jar. Most of us pass by nickels without a second glance. But what if I told you that one particular nickel, minted in 1980, could be worth nearly $500,000 or even more? Welcome to Numis Vault, where coins aren't just change, they're treasure. The 1980 Jefferson nickel, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, features the familiar profile of the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, it also displays Jefferson's iconic Monticello home on the reverse. This design remained virtually unchanged for over 65 years. But what makes this particular nickel stand out? It's not just the design, it's the details. Especially the elusive P mint mark introduced for nickels just the year before, in 1979. Prior to 1980, Philadelphia minted nickels carried no mint mark. In 1980, that changed. The P began appearing above Monticello, just beside the rim. This small letter is the key to unlocking tremendous value in certain error coins or rare strikes. In the numismatic world, rarity and condition reign supreme. A Jefferson nickel graded MS 67 or higher, especially with an error or unique feature, can fetch enormous sums. One such nickel, an extremely rare full steps 1980 P specimen in pristine condition, stunned collectors by reaching an estimated market value of $477,000. Some whisper about even rarer variations with values exceeding $1 million. But what makes it so valuable? Enter the full steps designation. If all 6 steps at the base of Monticello are sharply struck and completely separated without wear or breaks, the coin earns the full steps classification. Due to weak strikes and worn dies, most nickels never display this level of detail. A 1980 P full steps Jefferson nickel in flawless mint state condition is virtually unheard of. Hence, the incredible value. Currently, the highest publicly recognized value for this coin is $477,000. However, market demand, grading scarcity, and speculative interest could push certain examples into 7-figure territory. Collectors and investors alike are actively searching pocket change, old rolls, and estate collections hoping to find a hidden gem. Want to try your luck? Here's what to look for. Check for the P mint mark. Examine the steps of Monticello. Count all 6. Are they distinct and unbroken? Look for pristine condition. No scratches. No signs of wear. Consider professional grading from PCGS or NGC. A tiny detail can mean a massive difference in value. The next time you hear a nickel hit your change jar, don't ignore it, because that unassuming 5-cent piece could be a $500,000 windfall. If you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Numis Vault, and hit the bell icon for more rare coin stories and hidden treasures. Welcome back to BBC Earth Coins. You know that old is gold, but these rare Jefferson nickels coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend these nickels. You are lucky if you have one of these. So please watch complete video for numismatic treasure. Let's start this.
Imagine stumbling across an ordinary coin you thought was worthless, only to discover it's worth millions. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not just a fantasy. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1967 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin that could make you an instant millionaire. And before you dismiss this as some far-fetched collector's tale, let me ask you this: when's the last time you really looked at the coins in your change jar? Maybe it's time to take a second glance, because this could change your life. But what makes this nickel so special? How can a single coin command a staggering $1.6 million price tag? And here's the real question: could you have one hiding in plain sight? Stay with me, because we're breaking it all down. First, let's talk history. The year was 1967, a tumultuous time in America. Civil rights movements, space exploration, and, yes, even changes to coin production were making headlines. In a bid to meet skyrocketing demand, the U.S. Mint decided to skip mint marks on coins that year. Normally, coins display letters like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But in 1967, no such marks were included. Now, here's the twist: while most 1,967 nickels are quite common, a small batch was minted with striking errors, imperfections that made these coins incredibly rare and valuable. And when I say valuable, I'm talking life-changing valuable. I know what you're thinking: so, you're telling me my piggy bank is my retirement plan now? Well, maybe not all of it, but one coin could do the trick. Now, let's get into what you should be looking for, because trust me, these nickels are hiding in plain sight. First, check the condition. Coins in near-perfect mint state condition are worth significantly more. Look for sharp details on Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building. Second, seek out errors like double die strikes, off-center prints, or irregular edges. These are the golden tickets for collectors. Lastly, ensure it's a 1967 nickel with no mint mark. This detail alone makes it a prime candidate for serious valuation. But here's the kicker: most people never realize they're holding something valuable until it's too late. Coins get lost, forgotten, or even spent on a cup of coffee. Could you imagine spending a $1.6 million coin by accident? Stay tuned, because I'm going to reveal how to authenticate your coin and avoid this costly mistake. So, what happens if you think you found a 1967 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel? Step 1. Don't panic. Step 2. Get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can confirm the coin's rarity and assign a grade that determines its value. And here's where the magic happens. A verified coin in excellent condition can sell for hundreds of thousands, or, in rare cases like this one, up to $1.6 million at auction. Just imagine, one little coin unlocking the life of your dreams. Financial freedom, a new home, the ability to travel the world, all from something that was collecting dust in your drawer. Think about it. What would you do with $1.6 million? Pay off debts? Buy your dream car? Or maybe, stop worrying about money forever? But here's the catch: opportunities like this don't last forever. Coins degrade over time, and collectors' markets can shift. Waiting could mean missing out on your chance. So here's what you need to do right now. Grab your coin jar, dig through your collections, and start inspecting your nickels. And don't stop at just this one coin. There are countless rare pennies, nickels, and dimes out there waiting to be discovered. You're digging through an old drawer or pocket change when suddenly, you find a nickel that could be worth $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for one lucky collector, it wasn't just a dream. It was a life-changing moment. Yes, I'm talking about the 1981 P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel, a rare coin that has sent shockwaves through the collector community for its astonishing value. but here's the million-dollar question: what makes this coin so special? Could you be holding one without even knowing it? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'll not only tell you what to look for but also how to unlock its incredible worth. You'll never look at loose change the same way again. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your piggy bank? Be honest. Last month? Last year? Never? It's okay, we all get lazy with coins. But after this video, you might be sprinting to that jar, because a nickel could be your golden ticket. To understand why this coin is worth millions, we need to go back to 1981. The US Mint was producing Jefferson nickels as part of its standard issue. At first glance, these coins seemed ordinary, but here's where the plot thickens. Due to a rare minting error, a small number of these nickels left the Philadelphia Mint with a unique flaw. And that tiny error. It's what makes all the difference. The 1981 P Monticello nickel has a misaligned die strike, creating subtle but distinct variations in the Monticello building on the coin's reverse side. These coins were never meant to make it into circulation. But a few did, and now, collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for them. Why? Because rarity is the name of the game. The fewer there are, the more collectors want them. And when you combine that scarcity with history, nostalgia, and the thrill of treasure hunting, you've got a recipe for a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. And hey, wouldn't you agree? It's ironic that something worth millions could literally fall between your couch cushions. Life's funny that way. But how do you know if you have one of these prized nickels? What exactly should you be looking for? Don't worry, we're about to break it down. But before I do, I have to warn you, not all 1981 P nickels are created equal, and missing even one detail could cost you a fortune. So stay with me. Here's the first step: check the date and mint mark. Look for the P mark, signifying it was minted in Philadelphia in 1981. Next, examine the Monticello building on the reverse side. If you notice any distortion, doubling, or off-center strikes, you might be onto something huge. And here's the kicker: even if you find a possible match, don't sell it just yet. Contact a reputable numismatist or send it for professional grading to confirm its authenticity. Coins with higher grades, those in mint or near mint condition, fetch significantly higher prices at auction. But here's the thing: demand for rare coins like this is growing fast, and values are climbing. If you wait too long, you could miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime payday. Time, as they say, is money. Now, imagine telling your friends, "Oh, this mansion? Yeah, it started with a nickel." That's a flex no one can beat. Speaking of a wealthy lifestyle, the best part of finding rare coins isn't just the money, it's the freedom it brings. Freedom to travel, retire early, or finally chase the dream you've been putting off. But here's the truth: the 1981 P nickel is just one of many coins that could make you rich. There are dozens more out there waiting to be discovered. Want to know which ones? Subscribe and hit the bell icon, because our next video reveals even more million-dollar coins hiding in plain sight. Don't forget, every coin tells a story. Make sure yours isn't the one you overlooked. Now, go grab that jar of change, and let the treasure hunt begin. What if I told you the humble nickel in your pocket could be worth over $1.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A 1984 P Mint Mark Monticello nickel is making waves in the coin collecting world, and one of these rare gems recently sold for this jaw-dropping amount. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll reveal exactly why this coin is so valuable, how you might recognize one, and why now is the best time to check your coin jars and collections. And trust me, you don't want to miss the reason behind its skyrocketing value. And if you're thinking, "Nah, I'd know if I had $1 million coin," let me just remind you, how well do you really know the contents of that messy junk drawer in your kitchen? A fade into vintage images of Thomas Jefferson, the Monticello building, and a zoom in on the 1984 nickel. First, let's take a step back. The 1984 P Monticello nickel looks like any ordinary nickel at first glance. It features Thomas Jefferson on one side and his historic Monticello home on the other. But here's the kicker: it's not ordinary at all. The reason this coin is worth millions lies in its unique error. This particular nickel is a rare minting mistake, also known as a die clash error. Essentially, during production, the coin's die was misaligned, resulting in an incredibly rare and recognizable mark on the nickel, something collectors go crazy for. But here's the catch: not all 1984 nickels are the jackpot kind. Only those with this precise mint error are worth a fortune. The last one sold at auction for over $1.4 million, and experts believe there could be more out there, just waiting to be discovered. Now, I know what you're thinking: how do I tell if I have one of these rare coins? Well, before you go rummaging through your spare change, let's dive into what makes this coin so incredibly special. But first, quick question: when was the last time you even looked at a nickel? I mean, let's be real, most of us ignore them like emails from our old college alumni association. But not after this video. Transition to visuals: side-by-side comparison of a regular nickel and the 1984 P Monticello nickel with the mint error. So, how do you spot this $1 million nickel? The key is in the P mint mark located on the coin's reverse side, just above the dome of the Monticello. You'll also notice an unusual clash mark near the lettering or Monticello design, something no ordinary nickel will have. And here's the urgent part: with coin auctions becoming more competitive, now is the time to act. Rare coins like this don't stay hidden forever, and their value can fluctuate depending on demand. But what if you don't find one? Don't worry, because even common nickels and pennies can fetch surprising amounts if you know what to look for. In fact, the next type of rare coin I'll reveal could also change your financial future. So, what are you waiting for? Dig into those forgotten coin jars, check your old collections, and even ask your family if they've been hoarding change. Remember, your financial breakthrough could be hiding in plain sight. And if you don't find the 1984 P Monticello nickel, at least you'll finally clean out that junk drawer. It's a win-win. What if I told you that this simple, everyday coin could be worth more than a luxury home? Yes, you heard that right, a staggering $1.3 million. And the crazy part? You might already have it hidden in a drawer, jar, or pocket right now. Now, I know what you're thinking: wait, are my laundry quarters secretly laughing at me for throwing them into a vending machine? Don't worry, we'll get to that in a moment. But here's the thing: every day, valuable coins slip through people's fingers, literally, and they don't even realize it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to unlock the potential fortune hiding in plain sight. And trust me, you won't want to miss a second, because we're diving deep into the story of one rare coin that's captured the attention of collectors worldwide. What makes this 1987 P Jefferson nickel so special? And why has its value skyrocketed to over $1 million? Let's find out. Let's rewind for a moment. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to look at its story, a story that begins in the United States Mint in 1987. At first glance, the 1987 P Monticello nickel looks like any other coin. It features Thomas Jefferson on one side, Monticello on the other, and was minted in the tens of millions at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the kicker: not all 1987 nickels are created equal. Some coins from this batch exhibit an extremely rare minting error, a nearly microscopic flaw that transforms this humble nickel into a collector's dream. This particular error, sometimes called the Monticello strike mystery, is what sets the $1.3 million nickel apart. Think of it like a golden ticket for coin collectors. But what exactly is this error? And how can you tell if your nickel is the golden ticket? We'll uncover that next, so don't go anywhere. One major factor is the doubling effect seen on the Monticello text. Collectors call this doubling, and it's a hallmark of rare, valuable coins. Another detail? The luster and preservation of the coin. If yours looks like it just rolled out of the mint, you might be in luck. Now, before you rush to dump out that old jar of coins, here's a pro tip: not every shiny nickel is worth a fortune. In fact, there's one specific detail you absolutely need to check before calling the auction houses. Stick around for that, it's coming up. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, just like the one you've had for decades, and realizing it could completely change your life. It's not just about the money, it's about the possibility, the excitement of discovery, and the chance to rewrite your future with something you already own. Now that you know the basics, it's time for the big question: is your nickel the one? Here's how you can find out. First, dig through your coin collection, look specifically for a 1987 nickel with the P mint mark. Then, inspect the Monticello text under bright light or magnification. Look for doubling or unusual marks around the edges. If you find something that matches the description, you could be looking at a life-changing treasure. Still not sure? Don't worry. In our next video, we'll show you how to have your coin professionally appraised and share insider tips from top collectors who've cashed in on their hidden treasures. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it, because the next step might just lead you to that $1 million jackpot. And remember, it's not just about the money. It's about taking that first step toward a brighter future. Who knows? That old jar of coins could be the key to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of. Tucked away in your old coin jar, or maybe inherited from a grandparent, is a nickel, but not just any nickel. A 1988 D mint marked Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it seems ordinary, but what if I told you one of these coins recently sold for $1.3 million? Yes, million. Could you be holding a piece of fortune and not even know it? Stick with me, because today, I'll reveal how to identify these rare coins, why they're worth so much, and how you can cash in before it's too late. But first, do you even know where your coin jar is? Go grab it, I'll wait. Okay, ready? Let's dive in. In the world of coin collecting, 1988 was a year of intrigue. Coins minted in Denver that year, those marked with the D mint mark, were ordinary in most cases. But here's the twist: a handful of these nickels are unlike anything else. A rare die variation, coupled with some other key features we'll discuss, has turned them into some of the most valuable coins ever minted. And this is where it gets exciting. Now, before you go thinking, I probably don't have one, let me remind you that every single one of those $1 million nickels started in someone's pocket, purse, or piggy bank. One missed opportunity could mean leaving generational wealth on the table. So how can you tell if your 1988 D Jefferson nickel is one of the rare ones? 3 factors matter: condition, errors, and most importantly, the unique markers that we'll reveal shortly. But here's the thing, there's one marker most people overlook, and it's the key to spotting the $1 million treasure. I'll reveal it soon, so don't click away. Alright, let's break it down. First, the condition. Pristine nickels, those graded MS65 or higher, are far more valuable than circulated ones. But even a slightly worn 1988 D nickel can fetch thousands, so don't panic if yours isn't perfect. The real question is, does your coin have the $1 million error? Don't go squinting just yet, we're not grading a test, but we are grading a fortune. The error in question? A double die strike on Monticello, the iconic building on the back of the coin. This means the engraving of Monticello and the words 5 cents will appear slightly doubled. The D mint mark might also show irregularities, making it even rarer. But here's where it gets intense: experts believe only a handful of these coins exist, and as more collectors snatch them up, the value skyrockets. Miss out now, and you might never get another chance. And there's one more thing, a shocking twist about why these coins became so rare in the first place. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, why the $1.3 million price tag? It's not just about rarity, it's about demand. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for these coins because of their historical significance and uniqueness. And here's the kicker: as word spreads about the 1988 D mint marked Jefferson nickel, competition heats up. The earlier you act, the better your chances of selling for a top price. Or you could just keep it in your jar and tell your grandkids you once had $1 million coin. Totally your call. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I know if my nickel is the nickel? Easy. Take your coin to a certified appraiser, or even better, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. These professionals will verify its condition and authenticate its value. And once your coin is certified, the possibilities are endless. List it at auction, connect with private collectors, or work with a trusted coin dealer. The path to turning your pocket change into life-changing wealth is real if you're willing to take the first step. But before you grab your phone to call an appraiser, there's one last twist in the 1988 D nickel story that you need to know. It could mean the difference between a few $100s and that $1.3 million jackpot. Now that you know the secret, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins. And if you find a 1988 D nickel, don't let it sit, act fast. Remember, every second you wait, the opportunity slips further away. Could this be the moment that changes your life forever? It's up to you. Hit that subscribe button for more tips on uncovering hidden treasures in your pocket change. Share this video with a friend you never know who might be sitting on a goldmine of nickels and pennies. Together, we'll turn small change into big dreams. Could a simple nickel sitting in your coin jar be the key to a millionaire lifestyle? It's true, one seemingly ordinary 1989 P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Let that sink in. Just imagine the life you could live if you stumbled upon such a treasure. But here's the kicker, these rare coins are hiding in plain sight. Don't believe me? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this nickel so valuable and how to check if you've got one of these golden, or rather, nickel, tickets to financial freedom. Don't make the mistake of tossing away your fortune. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about why certain coins skyrocket in value while others are just pocket change. Rare coins like this 1989 P. Monticello nickel are sought after by collectors because of their uniqueness, condition, and history. Think about it. What if a single imperfection, something as small as a misaligned mint mark, could make the difference between a coin worth 5 cents and one worth over $1 million? Yes, that's how high the stakes are in the world of rare coin collecting. And let's be honest, wouldn't you rather find a rare nickel than, say, another random button from your laundry? Unless, of course, you're a button collector, in which case, carry on. But this isn't just about rarity. It's about timing and knowledge. Coins like the 1989 P nickel are like buried treasure. Most people have no idea they're holding onto something extraordinary until it's too late. Let's make sure that's not you. So, what's the story behind this $1.3 million nickel? Brace yourself, it all comes down to a shocking error made at the US Mint. Imagine this, in 1989, a small batch of nickels was struck with a highly unusual flaw that's nearly impossible to replicate. This defect, combined with a flawless condition, made these coins unicorns in the world of numismatics. But here's the twist, you might have one of these valuable coins right now without even knowing it. How can you tell? Don't worry, I'm getting there. Alright, grab your loose change and pay close attention. Here's what you're looking for, a mint mark P, located just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. The letter P indicates the coin was minted in Philadelphia, pristine condition. Coins with no visible scratches or wear command higher value. Even tiny blemishes can lower the price dramatically. Error details, this is the jackpot. Experts have identified subtle anomalies in the Monticello design on these coins, things like doubling in the lettering or slight shifts in the details. And no, squinting at your nickel for 2 hours won't magically make it valuable. You might need a magnifying glass or, better yet, an expert appraisal. But here's where it gets critical. The market for these rare coins is hot. Values can rise or fall depending on demand, so if you think you've struck gold or nickel, in this case, you'll want to act fast. Now, let me tell you about the last time someone discovered one of these rare 1989 P nickels. It changed their life overnight. They went from counting pennies to living like royalty. But the road wasn't easy, they had to navigate shady dealers, lowball offers, and the challenge of authenticating their find. So, what happened next? Stick around, I'll reveal the outcome shortly. Let's say you found your own $1 million nickel. What now? Here's how to cash in without getting scammed. Authentication is key. Have your coin certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations verify authenticity and assign a grade based on the coin's condition. Research buyers, don't settle for the first offer. Check with reputable coin dealers, auction houses, and online platforms. Timing is everything. Selling during a collector's boom can drastically increase your payout. And if someone offers you $10 for your $1 million nickel, well, that's your cue to walk away. Or run, depending on how fast they're chasing you. Now, imagine selling your rare coin for its full value. That dream vacation? Paid. Early retirement? Check. Living your best life? Absolutely. The truth is, treasures like the 1989 P Monticello nickel are out there, waiting to be discovered by people like you. So, what's stopping you? Check your pockets, coin jars, and drawers today, you never know what you might find. And if you do discover something extraordinary, share your story in the comments below. Who knows? Your journey to financial freedom might just inspire someone else. Don't let your million-dollar opportunity slip through your fingers. Like this video, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you don't miss your next chance to unlock hidden wealth. What if I told you that a simple nickel, sitting in an old jar in your attic, could be worth $1.3 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single coin that could change your life forever. The 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel isn't just a piece of history, it's a ticket to a life of wealth and freedom. But here's the catch, not all nickels are created equal. Do you have the one? Let's find out together. Imagine this, you're holding a coin so rare, it's one in a million. While most people overlook it as spare change, someone recently walked away with $1.3 million for this exact nickel at auction. And here's the kicker, it could be hiding in your pocket, your jar of spare coins, or even that old drawer you haven't touched in years. Sound far-fetched? Think again. Let me guess right now, you're wondering, should I cancel my plans for the day and go dig through the couch cushions? Well, maybe. But hold on, there's more you need to know. Let's take a step back. The 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel was minted in Denver, a city known for producing some of the most sought-after coins in the world. At first glance, this nickel looks just like any other. But the truth lies in its details so unique that they skyrocketed this coin's value to over $1 million. But what makes it so special? Is it the design, the minting error, or something even more mysterious? Stick around, because we're diving into the secret behind its astronomical worth in just a moment. The key to the value lies in two factors, rarity and condition. First, the D-Mint mark signifies it was minted in Denver, where only a limited batch was produced. But here's where it gets interesting, experts believe that a few coins from this batch were struck with a rare error in the die, giving them a distinct appearance. And the condition? Let's just say, a pristine 1994 D-Mint mark nickel is like finding a unicorn in your backyard. Now, you might be thinking, great. But what am I looking for? Does it glow in the dark or sing a tune? Not exactly, but we're getting there. Here's where it gets exciting. With the right tools and knowledge, you could be holding onto one of the most valuable coins in America. First, inspect your nickel for the D-Mint mark under magnification. Next, look for signs of minting irregularities, raised edges, misaligned prints, or other anomalies that make it stand out. Lastly, ensure the coin is in pristine condition or professionally graded. Even a slight scratch can drop its value significantly. But what if you don't have the tools or expertise? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Up next, I'll reveal exactly where to sell your rare coins, and how to ensure you get top dollar. Spoiler alert, the right buyer could mean the difference between thousands and millions. So, you found a potential goldmine in your pocket, what now? The first step is to get your coin authenticated by a trusted professional, like the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Next, head to reputable auctions, either online or in person, where collectors are ready to pay top dollar for rare finds like yours. And no, your cousin Steve who knows a guy doesn't count as a reputable buyer. Just imagine what you could do with $1.3 million. Pay off your debts, buy your dream home, or travel the world. That nickel in your hand could be the key to a life you've always dreamed of. But here's the thing, coins like this don't come around often. Don't let yours go unnoticed or undervalued. The nickel placed on a velvet tray, transitioning to text reading, could you be next? Every day, people are uncovering hidden treasures in their own homes. Could you be next? Don't wait, grab a magnifying glass, dig through your coins, and see if you're holding history in your hands. Remember, fortune favors the bold. Are you ready to take the first step toward your million-dollar discovery? Could one tiny coin in your pocket hold the key to your financial freedom? Imagine finding out that your humble 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right, 1.2 million. But here's the kicker, not all 1998 D nickels are worth that much. So, how do you know if you have the one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this rare find could change your life forever. And no, this isn't just a pipe dream. It's a reality some lucky individuals are living right now. Let's take a quick step back and talk about the 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel. You know, the one you've probably tossed in your change jar without a second thought. This coin, minted in Denver, might seem ordinary. But sometimes, the most unassuming things carry the greatest secrets. Honestly, who hasn't ignored nickels in favor of quarters? You're probably thinking, it's just 5 cents, how exciting can it be? Well, how about life-changingly exciting? What makes certain 1998 D nickels worth more than just their face value? 2 words, rarity and error coins. Coins with minting errors, like a double die, off-center strike, or a flaw in the design, can fetch astronomical prices at auction. And that's exactly what happened with this particular Jefferson nickel. A rare error coin from 1998 turned the humble 5-cent piece into $1 million miracle. But how can you tell if your coin is special? Coming up, I'll reveal the exact signs to look for that could mean your nickel is worth $1.2 million. And trust me, it's simpler than you think. Now, you might be asking, why should I even care about an old nickel? The answer is simple: opportunity. In a world where financial freedom often feels just out of reach, rare coins like this can serve as a powerful reminder that treasures often hide in plain sight. Imagine the possibilities: clearing debt, buying your dream home, or even funding that luxurious retirement you've always dreamed of. That's what this nickel represents. It's not just a coin, it's a ticket to a new chapter in life. Or you could buy 24,000 Starbucks lattes. Your choice. Let me share a quick story. In 2021, a rare 1998 D Jefferson nickel with a unique die error went under the hammer at a major auction. The final bid? A jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Can you imagine the excitement of the person who discovered it? A coin they probably carried in their wallet for years suddenly turned into a 7-figure fortune. But what if I told you this life-changing opportunity isn't just for a select few? Coming up, I'll break down step by step how to check your 1998 D Jefferson nickel and see if it's the one. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, it's time for the big reveal. Here's how to check if your 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth more than a fancy coffee. Flip your coin over and look for the D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. No D? Unfortunately, that's not the coin we're looking for today. Pay close attention to Monticello, the iconic building on the back. Look for subtle errors, like doubling in the lettering or unusual lines on the structure. These tiny imperfections can mean big money. Even if you spot something unusual, don't sell it on a whim. Take your coin to a professional appraiser or a numismatic expert. A small investment in expert advice can lead to a massive payout. And no, asking Google isn't enough. You don't want to accidentally sell your $1.2 million coin for $5 on eBay. So now, it's over to you. Have you checked your old coins yet? That jar of spare change sitting on your shelf might just hold the key to your financial freedom, but don't wait too long. Rare coins like this don't stay hidden forever. The clock is ticking, and every second you delay, someone else might uncover their $1 million treasure. Remember, life-changing opportunities don't always come in flashy packages. Sometimes, they're right in your hands, literally. So, take that small step today. Check your nickels, and who knows? The next millionaire story could be yours. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider tips on rare coins and hidden fortunes. Don't forget to share this with someone who might unknowingly be sitting on their own $1 million treasure. How much is a nickel really worth? 5 cents, right? What if I told you that one nickel, one 2000p Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel, could be worth $1.2 million? That's right. A simple coin you might find buried in your change jar has the power to change your life forever. But time is running out. Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket and not even know it? Let me explain before it's too late. The year 2000. A new millennium, a new era for coins, but no one suspected that this particular nickel, minted in Philadelphia, would go on to become one of the most sought-after coins in the world. So, why is it worth $1.2 million? Here's the thing, it's not just a nickel, it's a masterpiece hiding in plain sight. Rare, mysterious, and coveted by collectors, this coin is the ultimate golden ticket, except, it's nickel. And hey, if Willy Wonka can give you a chocolate factory for a golden ticket, a $1.2 million nickel can at least buy you half a mansion in California. Maybe. But before you start digging through your couch cushions, here's what you need to know. What makes the 2000p Monticello nickel so special? What sets it apart from the millions of others minted that same year? To find out, we have to dive deep into the secrets of this coin, and trust me, they're more surprising than you'd think. This isn't just any Jefferson nickel. The key lies in its extraordinary minting error. A tiny imperfection, barely visible to the naked eye, is what skyrockets its value. Look closely, do you see anything unusual? Specifically, we're talking about the steps of Monticello, the building depicted on the coin. A fully struck, flawless image of those steps is exceptionally rare. Most 2000p nickels have blurred or incomplete designs, making those with perfect details worth a fortune. But wait, that's not all. There's another crucial factor that determines if your 2000p nickel could be the $1 million jackpot. Let's talk about condition. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins. A 2000p nickel graded as MS67, that's mint state 67 for the uninitiated, is what can fetch you up to $1.2 million at auction. Anything less? Still valuable, but not in the millionaire club. And if you're thinking, my coin looks pretty shiny, let me remind you, even microscopic scratches can mean the difference between a life-changing fortune and just 5 cents. Now, before you grab a magnifying glass and squint at every nickel in your house, let me ask, do you even know how to get a coin graded properly? If not, don't worry. Stick around, and I'll show you exactly how to do it the right way. Now that you know the potential of the 2000p Monticello nickel, it's time to take action. The first step? Go through your change jars, your old collections, even that random stash of coins your grandparents gave you. Don't overlook anything. Remember, every second you wait is a chance for someone else to claim your spot in the auction spotlight. But how do you actually cash in on this life-changing treasure? How do you avoid scams, find trusted graders, and get the best deal at auction? Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll break it all down, step by step. Getting your coin graded is easier than you think. Start with reputable organizations like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or the NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These are the gold standards, or should I say, nickel standards, for verifying a coin's authenticity and value. Once graded, your coin's worth skyrockets, making it ready for auction houses or private collectors to fight over. And let's be honest, who wouldn't love a little bidding war over their pocket change? You're standing in the auction room, the final bid hits $1.2 million, and the hammer falls. That's not just a dream, it's a possibility. But only if you take action today. Here's the truth, most people walk past fortune every single day without realizing it. Don't be one of them. The 2000p Monticello nickel isn't just a coin, it's a chance to rewrite your story, to trade in your old life for a wealthy new beginning. But it won't wait for you forever. Will you seize the opportunity or let it slip through your fingers? And if you think the 2000p nickel is impressive, wait until you hear about another coin worth even more. But that's a story for another day. Subscribe now, and I'll reveal it in our next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, because who knows? Someone in your circle might just be sitting on their own $1 million coin. Would you believe me if I told you that a simple nickel could change your life forever? Not just any nickel, but a rare 2002 mint Mark Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel that is now worth a staggering $1.1 million. You dig into your pocket, pull out an old coin, and discover it's the ticket to financial freedom. Sounds impossible, right? Well, stay with me because this isn't some fairy tale. It's real, and it could happen to you. And before you rush to flip your couch cushions, let me warn you, this is not just any random nickel. Otherwise, I'd be out there collecting soda machine change faster than you can say retirement fund. But here's the kicker, this rare gem has an unusual story, one that almost slipped through history unnoticed. The question is, could you be holding one of these treasures in your hands right now without even knowing it? Keep watching, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal exactly what makes this coin so valuable and how to check if you're sitting on a fortune. Let me take you back to 2002. The U.S. Mint in Denver was producing millions of Thomas Jefferson nickels, part of the iconic Monticello design series. At first glance, these coins seemed ordinary, circulating freely across the nation in pockets, piggy banks, and grocery store tills. But amidst this flood of coins, one coin or a few, to be precise, emerged with a defect. A tiny imperfection that was almost invisible to the naked eye, yet priceless to collectors. This error coin, known as the 2002 D Mint Mark Monticello nickel, had slight variations that set it apart: misalignments, die cracks, or an off-center strike. Why does this matter? Because collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these anomalies. And when I say top dollar, I mean up to $1.1 million at auctions. Now, you might be asking, why would anyone pay so much for a tiny mistake? Isn't that like paying extra for a typo in a book? Well, let me tell you, it's this imperfection that makes these coins so rare. It's a quirk of history frozen in time. Think of it like this: in a world of billions of identical coins, owning the rare one in a million is like owning the Mona Lisa of currency. It's a collector's dream, and for you, it's a golden, or should I say silver, opportunity. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare coins? Here's where it gets really exciting. First, grab a magnifying glass or use your smartphone to zoom in. Look for the D Mint mark just below Thomas Jefferson's bust. Next, examine the coin for any unusual markings, off-center strikes, cracks, or even doubled images on the lettering. These are your clues. And here's the most important part: don't clean the coin. Cleaning it could drastically reduce its value. Yes, even if it looks like it's been under your couch for decades. You see, this isn't just about finding a coin. It's about uncovering possibilities. Imagine what $1.1 million could do for you: pay off your mortgage, fund your dream business, or finally retire early and enjoy life to the fullest. And hey, if you find one, maybe splurge on something fun like a yacht named Nickel Rich. Now here's the thing, these coins are extremely rare, and time is of the essence. Every day, more of these treasures are either lost or unknowingly spent on a cup of coffee. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Go ahead, check your pockets, your jars, your family coin collections. And if you think you've struck gold or nickel, in this case, consult a professional appraiser or auctioneer immediately. Remember, treasures don't always glitter. Sometimes, they hide in plain sight. Will you be the one to uncover the next $1 million coin? The answer is in your hands.